And I call the member for Stirling.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. And my question is to the Attorney-General and the Minister for Industrial Relations. Will the Minister update the House on how the Morrison government is ensuring stability and certainty in registered organisations by deterring law-breaking from those who appear determined to bring the sector into disrepute? And is the Minister aware of any alternative approaches?
The Attorney-General has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. And as the member is aware, the Registered Organisation Integrity Bill simply establishes certain basic standards of behaviour for holding office in registered organisations. It introduces sufficient deterrence for repeat law-breaking by registered organisations. And the reason we need to do that is because we are facing organisations that have been described, in this case the CFMMEU, by the court as the most recidivist corporate offender in Australia's corporate history. And we had this morning, members, something that was fascinating, which is how that organisation sees itself. The most recidivist corporate offender in Australia's history. John Setka described the CFMEU and his stewardship of this organisation this way. He said, "I am fit to lead an organisation. I run a union. Me and my executive, I think we're doing a pretty good job. Our members tell us we're doing a pretty good job, so we must be doing something right." He was then asked about the 2,160 separate instances of law-breaking and the $16 million worth of fines, and his response was this: "They're not criminal breaches, some of them are just civil breaches. That's all they are, is just breaches. Just breaches." I mean, he is right in this extent that 2,160 breaches are on top of the criminal breaches. But, Mr Speaker, I mean, really, when have the CFMEU officials ever seriously broken the law? Well, there is the drug dealing. Sure, there's the drug dealing. Yes, the multiple possession drug offences, there's that. Oh, and the assaults. The assaults, they go without saying, of course. And yes, the criminal contempt of court, there's that. Oh, and the coercions, the criminal trespass, the unlawful access, the resist arrest, the theft, the attempted theft by deception, the hindering, the obstruction on work sites. But, Mr Speaker, besides the reported drug dealing, the drug possession, the assaults, the criminal contempts, the coercion, the criminal trespass, the unlawful access, the resist arrest, the theft, the attempted theft by deception, the hindering and obstruction on work sites, what have the CFMEU ever done wrong? What have they done wrong? Funny that we should ask that question. Funny we should ask, because just last week, Mr Speaker, the CFMEU were hit with a $34,000 fine for faking a safety complaint to disrupt a work site. And what was that work site? What was that work site? It was a school. The reason why we pay 30% more for the schools, for the hospitals, for the aged care, is because the CFMMEU breaks the law, and they do it repetitively without any concern for the law.